Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
Welcome back to The Razor's Edge. I'm Chris, I'm at ArcTanGent, and I'm chatting with the awesome Outrun The Sunlight. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. How are we all doing?
Oh my god, amazing.
Oh my god, amazing.
Oh my god, amazing.
ArcTanGent's a dream. It's a dream festival. I'm living in a world of dreams.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, love to hear it, love to hear it. So you just wrapped up your set for, a little over an hour ago, or under an hour maybe. Have you come down yet?
I had an ice cream and that helped. So now I feel a little more grounded. Yeah, you do kind of float up there a little bit.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, we did some breathing before we went on stage. I think that helped.
It's really interesting to take a trip across an ocean to play for 30 minutes and then go back home. So it was a lot of build up, and we were very excited to do this. And then as it's over, you kind of sit there and just revel in it for a moment. And I'm just relieved of that moment now after eating some special treats, ate some brownies.
Yeah. As I understand it, that was your first UK show, if I've got that right?
Yeah, first UK show. We were in Europe earlier this year we did Dunkfest earlier this year, which was the first time we ever did Europe. But yeah, I've been to ArcTanGent a couple of times, and every time I come here, it's always like, these are my people, you know. So I know that the folks here like would appreciate the music we make, and it's like love we don't always get back in America. So it's pretty awesome to come here.
Yeah, cool. I can assure you, it's always this sunny here in the UK.
Yeah, I know. The first year I came here was dog shit, dude. So this feels really great.
We got a taste of the rain yesterday. A little
Oh
funny.
yeah. We needed that bit of rain. It's not a UK festival without some bit of rain at some point whatsoever. So coming all the way from Chicago, so are there differences between UK and US audiences that you noticed in that one show you've done?
Not really. I mean, I think there's more like attentiveness. No, there's attentiveness all around. I think it's the genre. Like, people come to a prog show, I think they kind of know what they're showing up for, and they want to like, their participation is stuff that we have to mirror to them, right? So like, we coordinate our set to like engage the crowd in any kind of small way, because we're not always confident they're gonna know where to headbang, where to clap, where to move. Like, we kind of want to mirror it for them. So honestly, it's sort of the same, I'd say.
We're trying to give the audience the energy, and they give us back. In the United States, the audiences for us are much different than here. It seems like there's less appreciation for our type of stuff there, generally speaking. I would say the biggest thing actually is like the venues and the people like yourself. There's incredible people there as well, but it seems like there's a different level of production here and like professionalism.
Yeah. Our mixes have always sounded incredible here, which maybe that's festivals, but like it's been spot on, which is not always the case in America.
Sure, yeah, fair enough. This is actually my first ArcTanGent, and I have been very impressed by the sound quality on all the stages. So yeah, definitely.
I mean, we got a guy that never heard us today, and they just mixed the shit out of us, and it's great. So it was really cool.
Oh, amazing. So you guys have been creating music. I've written, I think, since about 2011-ish.
Yeah.
So has your music evolved over the years? Where did you start? Where are we now?
Yeah, well, we started as a bedroom gent band, as many do. Started when I was 19. I'm 32 now, and it was always just like, there was like a moment where I just couldn't stop writing music, and it turned into a record called Return of Inertia, and then over time I was just like, I really want to play this stuff live, and I found some guys in Chicago to play with me, and the original guitar player, and as those guys like fell away from the lineup and new guys started coming in, it became this current lineup, which is, I'm the worst one in the band now, which is like great for me as a lead guitar player, to be surrounded with people that like play their instruments really, really well. It makes me better, and like makes everything like, rising tides lift all boats situation. So I don't know, like recently we've been writing music. I still write most of the music, but the way in which it gets done is collaborative now, and like people, like we actually have all these guys playing on the record and giving input on the mix and the production and how the song should go and how the live show should go, and we're constantly like riffing off of each other. Phil joined in 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, feel like every time we play, we get a little bit better. We're really reflective on ourselves and our music and our performance, and really just want to do a good job for, like the audience here. We put in so much effort to be here. But the style of the music has really changed from the genty sort of thing that was in vogue, a decade ago, and now our style is sort of morphed with post-rock to some extent. So it's sort of progressive post-rock.
I guess.
It's weird.
We still like heavy parts, and those are always really fun to write and play, but I feel like I'm always trying to get to the heart of whatever the emotion is of the song, and however that comes out is like how I want it to.
The interesting takeaway for me is it seems like the more we play, the less we try to do.
Right. Yeah, everything has gotten except drums.
Yeah, more drums, less of
always
everything
more
else.
Drums. The drums are always hardest, and then everyone else has gotten simpler. So yeah, I think over time it's been a simplistic mindset of how do I write a song that people can remember versus how do I write a song that is fun to play, and also how do I do both really,
Yeah, incredible. So I did check out Return of Inertia 2.0.
Yeah.
How does it differ from the original?
We totally re-recorded it from the ground up. I mean, a lot of the arrangements have even changed, honestly. Basically, that record was written by me in my bedroom over a summer, and I had no idea how to record or write for a band. So I just, it was free for all. Didn't matter. Didn't think about how to perform it live. And then during the lockdowns, I was like, let's try and, revamp this.
It was a reimagining of
that's really what it was.
That original record was, I remember back in 2011, that was a really, it was sort of like a stake in the ground in terms of the sort of genty instrumental side of things. There was a pretty rabid fan base for it in that moment, and I speak for myself, but I was never really stoked on the production of it.
No.
So no offense.
No, zero take.
So there was a lot of
crap.
It turned into a pandemic project of how do we turn this iconic, or iconic for a small subset of people, how do we reimagine that into today's world and show it again to people with a better veneer on it, right?
Yeah, but we rearranged it and replayed it and rewrote parts of it and made it so that if let's say we were given the opportunity to play that record front to back, we could actually do it and it would make sense musically. So we got our buddy James from the band Aviations to play on it, and he knocked it out of the park. And then Phil, myself, and Kyle, our keyboardist, did all the production and played the guitars and stuff.
Yeah, incredible. Prog metal's quite a broad term these days. There's a lot of bands that kind of fall under the umbrella, but they all sound completely different. So for those who haven't heard you, how would you describe your sound with your more modern music?
I think you said it earlier, it's progressive post-metal or progressive post-rock almost. There's a lot of crescendos, there's a lot of odd time signatures. I really like rhythm-driven music, so we mess around with that stuff a lot. And then there's also I'm not much of a shredder, so I'm always trying to find what's the melody that you can sing along to, or at least remember, versus a lot of our arpeggios, which is really just a skill that I don't possess. And then also it's most recently it's been how do we set a vibe?
Yes. I was going to say Outrun The Sunlight seems to be the vibe of a post-rock band. The sort of, if you were to turn a color into audio, it provides a color palette that rhythm and melody can sit on top of. So it's got the color palette of a post-rock kind of vibe with a very singable sort of tune to it. And then you get the drums and bass and guitar doing very intense rhythms underneath it. So rhythms of a Meshuggah to a lesser extent. Yeah. So it's a very accessible sort of instrumental post-rock thing, so prog metal kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Basically, simply put, our wives like it, which is our new slogan.
Yeah.
Your wife is gonna love us.
Your wife's gonna love us.
It's like the test. If the wife likes it, then you're onto something.
Exactly.
Cool. Though, as a prog band, I'm sure it's really cool to be on a bill with Animals as Leaders and Meshuggah coming up later. Are you going to be watching their sets as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. We love those bands. Yeah, they're great.
Have you seen those guys before?
Yes.
Yeah,
I saw Meshuggah at ArcTanGent. The photo I'm looking at right now, I saw that show.
Oh, no way.
And we've seen Animals. I've seen Animals a few times. I mean, yeah, they're icons. It's undeniable. We use that word a lot.
Undeniable. How do we be undeniable like they are?
Like they are. Yeah.
We're looking up to them for sure and excited to watch them.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing. So with the return of Inertia 2.0 coming out beginning of last year, I think it was, is there new music in the pipeline? Is anything in the works?
Oh yeah, a ton of it. Yeah, we did a single earlier this year called Animal, and we'll put another single out this year, maybe 2. We just finished recording one of them, jumped one of them, and we'll do it again, probably a couple more times this year. We're working on some cover songs. So yeah, we kind of are taking the approach of like not focusing on an album and just focusing on putting out music that we really enjoy and just getting it out as soon as possible, because we have a tendency to wait a really long time between things.
Yeah, that does seem to be the approach I see a lot of bands take these days, where it's not so much albums these days, it's singles, keep that traction going. It's that kind of approach.
It's a different world, man. The music industry has changed so much, and like what matters has changed so much, so we have to adapt, I mean, we could resist it, but I feel like we're not big enough to resist it, like I'd rather just like play with the tools and make them work for us rather than saying fuck that, we are better than the industry standard. It doesn't make any sense to me. So
a lot of our theme is we do what feels right, and not necessarily worried about, it'd be great to have fans and people into it, but we do things sort of at our pace.
Yeah,
and only like to do it when it feels good, because we've noticed if we force it, the result's not always
it's
what people want to hear or what we like doing.
We have like a no effort mantra. No effort. If it takes effort, it's not worth doing.
Hey, nice, cool.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So I've been ending these interviews this weekend the same way every single time, with some random quick-fire questions that have nothing to do with anything.
I love it.
You can think as long or as short as you want, debate if you want, you don't have to agree. So I'll start with a classic, tea or coffee?
100% coffee for me.
Tea. Herbal tea.
I will fight you.
Dude, you're gonna win for sure, but I'll be drinking a cup of tea.
I'll drink pots of coffee every day.
It's honestly a problem.
And in America, it's a little bit different than the coffee here. So, it's a problem when I come here. I don't get enough caffeine.
I bet the tea over here is different to in the States though as well.
It's great.
I love the tea. Yeah, but I'm a no caffeine guy, so I'm just like herbal tea all the way. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Traditional metal or modern metal?
Modern metal.
See, I would say, how would you define that?
Let's say pre-2000 or post-2000.
Post-2000.
Gosh, I'm going to debate this too, because I
Why?
think they all work together.
Well, but what I mean, what are you gonna put on like now?
Modern stuff.
Yeah.
But we had Explosions in the Sky here last night,
Yes.
and experiencing that, and it's kind of like, a lot of people could do that, but they did it first, and they did it a long time ago, and they're undeniable.
They're
right?
undeniable. Yeah.
So
for sure.
for me, like, there's kind of all like, I love Iron Maiden. I'll listen to Iron Maiden right now and love it, and I'll listen to the old stuff and love it just as much as the modern things. But so I feel like the modern stuff, I really see it in like a perspective of like, hey, Animals as Leaders is built upon, and Meshuggah are built upon these other bands from the past that couldn't have that today if we didn't have the past.
Of course. But like, if I'm throwing on Spotify right now, it's modern metal.
True.
100%.
I like the modern stuff.
Fair enough. Mosh pit or standing at the barrier?
For us or for our crowd?
What would you rather be doing?
I would rather stand on the barrier.
Yeah, I'll hide and sit.
Arms crossed at the sound booth.
Yeah, I don't
Or
want to
side stage if I can get it.
I'm not crowd surfing anytime soon.
No. For the right band, I'll crowd surf. Yeah, but not in this crowd.
Fair enough. Film or TV show?
We've been talking about this lately. I was like, I really want to start watching more films with you and like just with people. Well, here's the thing. It's a question of like what era of film, because all films seem to be dog shit now.
Today, Alien Romulus was released, and apparently it's got some bad reviews, which is a shame, because the original Alien from '79, incredible. I just feel like we're past film's prime, is my worry.
Yeah.
I'm so upset about it, because
As a film
I want to
student,
love film
Yeah,
more.
I want to also, and I think I do, but I'm gonna go TV show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool, fair enough. Summer or winter?
summer. Chicago summer is the best.
Yeah.
Doesn't it get quite cold there in the winter as well?
Fucked. Yeah, it's terrible. It's like a mess.
I would say
it's a total disaster.
Sledding and skiing can be rather fun,
Yeah,
but
but not in
we also
Chicago.
have
It's no
no
hill.
hills. in
Yeah,
Chicago.
it's
It's just
flat lands. Yeah.
Flat skiing.
So you get the beautiful sno, but nothing to do with it. It's a disaster.
Fair enough. Day or night?
Day.
I'm a night
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, you're night.
Just a hide in the dark.
Yeah, day for sure.
Cool. Past or future?
Future.
That's a deep one, man.
Cool. And last question, favorite Outrun the Sunlight song?
It changes all the time. I mean, I think I gotta say Redbird. Redbird did a lot for us. It's, didn't expect it to do as much for us as it did, so super grateful for that song.
I have a song on the EP album Redbird, which by the way is an album, but Spotify listed it as an EP.
Yeah.
So don't sleep on that EP, quote unquote. But the last track on Redbird is Remaining in a Constant State of Discomfort, which we've been closing the sets with. And that song live seems to really translate and resonate with a lot of people. So that's gonna
Yeah,
be
and
my
you fought
pick.
for that one to be in the set.
Yeah, I pushed it. Yeah.
You pushed it, and it's worked out great.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing. So that's all I've got. Thank you guys so much for joining me.
dude, thanks, man.
No problem at all. Have a great weekend. I've been Chris with the Razor's Edge. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.